Do a barrel roll.
Welcome to The Know. I'm Ashley.
I'm Gus.
All right, we got some good news.
Yay.
And we got some bad news.
Boo.
And when it comes to Call of Duty World War II. Now, judging from the PC beta numbers, the good news is it's doing a lot better than Infinite Warfare, which is a positive sign considering the series has been in a little bit of a lull since going to space.
More like Infinite Warfare, am I right?
You got that.
That's definitely good news for a franchise that some may have written off as old news in this area of Battlegrounds, Battle Royale Fest. Okay, ready for the bad news? People are mad at the game's PC beta and its microtransactions.
All right, huge surprises. All right, let's hit you with the background first. Call of Duty World War II hits retailers November 3rd as they return to the series' roots, World War II, and it definitely needs a reboot. As GitHype points out, the franchise lost 76% of its player base on Steam since the launch of Black Ops 3 in 2015.
Ouch.
That's a lot.
That's a lot of percents.
Yes. Meanwhile, we've seen the rise of games like Overwatch, PlayerUnknown's Battlegrounds, which have ushered in new gameplay modes, drawn huge crowds of their own, some of whom probably used to be Call of Duty players.
But the newest Call of Duty has been getting good buzz so far, and judging from the beta, it feels like people are definitely willing to give the franchise another try.
Yeah, over the weekend, the game's open beta debuted on Steam. It hit a peak of 84,000 players. That's 460% increase compared to Infinite Warfare's launch weekend. So that's beta versus launch weekend.
Wow.
Infinite Warfare hit 15,000 players. And even better, World War II's beta also beat Black Ops 3, which hit a peak of 63,000 players back when it released in 2015. So all in all, the game's open beta has debuted number 4 on Steam's list of most played games. Very positive signs so far.
Well played. Of course, it's worth noting that the Call of Duty brand is still really strong. Infinite Warfare reportedly sold half of what Black Ops 3 did in its first month in the US, leading some to prematurely call it a flop.
Well, a Call of Duty flop, which
Right.
is still
It's
a success.
Still a Call of Duty game, right? And Infinite Warfare managed to end the year as 2016's best-selling console game in the US, so franchise still has a lot of fans that are willing to play it.
Yeah, all right. Now, here's the bad news. We'll dig into that a little bit more. The beta for Call of Duty World War II, in spite of having a lot of people playing, did get some less than stellar reviews. It was a 5 out of 10 across more than 28,000 reviews. And the player count, it did fall off from Friday's average of 54,000 players per hour down to 48,000 on Saturday and then 34,000 on Sunday.
Yeah, well, part of that might be due to the abundance of hackers, which were popping up all over the place in the beta. And
So it's the Call of Duty game.
Oh, yeah, that's true. There's a whole subreddit devoted to exposing the cheaters who were using aimbots and wall hacks with impunity. Some players even said they found multiple hackers in the same match. One poster on the game subreddit wrote, "It's becoming more and more difficult to find a game in the World War II open beta without there being an incredibly obvious hacker not trying to hide it."
Now, here's the thing. If you're in a lobby or you're in a match with a hacker, do you want them to be subtle about it so that like you're not sure if they're good and you suck, or if you can just point at that guy and be like, yeah, that's an asshole cheater, and you can disregard their performance? What do you prefer? I kind of prefer they be blatant.
I'd prefer it be obvious, because then I don't hate myself for being bad at the game.
Right. Now, so it's still having a bunch of hackers in pretty much every match, not good, especially considering that the developer has big hopes for the game on PC. The PC version is being handled by Raven Software, and one of its executives told PC Gamer, "I think this year there's a renewed energy around the PC. Throughout this entire title, both at Sledgehammer and Raven, we really believe this is the year where the PC is going to excel. This is the year that we're going to give it our best shot to win the hearts and minds of the PC community."
Well, here's a tip. If you want the game to succeed on PC, get rid of the hackers. But also the bad reviews might be a backlash to the microtransactions in the game, which some gamers have noticed are really prominent in the marketing materials.
Right, they're marketing the microtransactions.
One highly upvoted post on the game subreddit drew attention to a Steam banner ad for the game, which emphasizes the game's in-game currency over, the game.
Well, we know it's important. People really did not like the fact that the microtransactions are taking the front seat. As the poster on Reddit said, it seems that Activision's marketing department feels that microtransactions are the main draw of Call of Duty World War II. Ooh. Another poster responded, "Seeing those fucking bullshit coins superimposed over an image of soldiers landing on a beach just infuriates me in a way that words cannot describe." But you gave it your best shot with those words.
Of course, microtransactions have been a controversial topic for a while, and lately gamers have noticed them being particularly obnoxious in full-price games like Forza Motorsport 7 and NBA 2K18, and putting them front and center in your game's ads runs the risk of antagonizing your player base.
So, yeah, while Call of Duty World War II looks like it's off to a good start, a lot of people are much more optimistic about this one than they were about Infinite Warfare. There may be some clouds on the horizon a month before it launches.
Meanwhile, the Call of Duty marketing machine continues to ramp up. A new trailer for the game has been released on PlayStation's official Twitter account. It shows off a limited edition bundle that includes a camouflaged 1TB PS4, a matching controller, and, of course, the game.
What?
On Sony's blog, it wrote, "We are excited Call of Duty World War II returns to the franchise to the roots that made Call of Duty a household name. Our latest campaign highlights the courage, strength, and brotherhood of this era, and we can't wait to dive in."
So we're gonna, have to wait. We'll see what happens, how players ultimately respond when the game hits on November 3rd to see how, necessary the microtransactions are to the game, if they're as upfront and as emphasized as they are in the marketing. Well, fingers crossed, it's just not gonna be that way, but we'll see, because Call of Duty does tend to reach, in addition to a lot of hardcore gamers, a very casual market, or where they buy Call of Duty every year, and those are the people who are probably going to be less prone to stay away from microtransactions to make a point or a statement. They just will drop a couple bucks here and there.
Yeah.
Right.
Well, what do you guys think of the reaction so far to Call of Duty World War II? If you played the PC beta, what did you think? Let us know in the comments.
And for all your Call of Duty news, be sure to like this video, and if you're new around here, subscribe to the Know.
And it's got to be great news for Activision and developer Sledgehammer Games. Of course, it's worth noting that the Call of Duty brand is still really strong. Infinite Warfare reportedly...
Especially considering that the developer has big hopes for the game on PC. The PC version is being handled by Raven Software, and one of its executive producers. There's not even a producer in there.